What about the case now pending before the U.S. Supreme Court having to do with the birthright citizenship? Is there a threat that a majority might interpret the 14th Amendment provision on that issue in a way to redefine that provision to end birthright citizenship? How could that be implemented, and what would its impact on voter eligibility be in 2026 or 2028?
Let me provide a little bit of background. When the United States began in 1787, it followed English law that everyone born in the country was a citizen of the country. This was the law until the Supreme Court tragically departed from it in 1857 in Dred Scott versus Sanford. There, the Supreme Court held that enslaved individuals are not United States citizens, even if born in this country. When a decade later, the 14th Amendment was drafted and ratified in 1868, the very first sentence of Section 1 says that all persons born or naturalized in the United States and within the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States in the state wherein they reside. In 1898, in United States versus Wong Kim Ark, the Supreme Court interpreted that sentence. It was a case that arose in San Francisco. And the Supreme Court said, the first sentence, 14th Amendment, means everyone born in the country is a United States citizen, regardless of immigration status of their parents. And the court said the phrase within the jurisdiction thereof just means if there was an invading army and a soldier had a baby, or if there's a foreign diplomat who had a baby, those children would not be United States citizens. And ever since, it's always been the law that everyone born in this country is a United States citizen. President Trump, in an executive order on January 20th, changed that. And so essentially only those who are born to citizens or those with green cards are United States citizens. So imagine that we have a student at Berkeley who's not a citizen of the United States, but lawfully in the country and has a baby. Under President Trump's executive order, that baby would not be a United States citizen. I think here the Supreme Court, though it's generally been deferential to President Trump, is likely to rule against him. This is a court that wants to focus on history, the text of the Constitution, tradition, and all of these indicate that everyone born in the country should be a United States citizen.
Next week, it's going to be the former U.S. ambassador to Russia and Stanford professor of political science, former Ambassador Michael McFaul, in conversation with Larry Diamond, who's also at Stanford. Autocrats versus Democrats is his book, The New Global Disorder. That's going to be a great program next week. Be sure to check it out, and then have a couple of weeks of rest, and we'll be back in January. Thanks again for being with us today.